Yo, what is going on everyone? Guiding Light here, back with another quick crew motorfest video. And in this one, I'm going to show you guys how you can get the best parts in the game, and also how it is you're going to basically be able to put the best tune on any one of your cars for any spec. Now, in this video, I'll show you guys how you can get the different parts and where you can actually put the different parts on. Now, keep in mind, guys, each car is going to have a maximum cap, and each car is going to have its own category as well. So each category will have its own parts. So anytime that you want to get parts, you'll have to get them for the specific category that you want. Now you can see the category of the vehicle up in the top right corner, and it will also tell you the maximum level which you can rank up to. Each vehicle will start about 100 or 150 below its maximum potential, and from there you just have to get different parts that you can then put on your vehicle. Now each part will also have certain specs on it which could potentially get you better boost when you get air and better handling and things like that. So you really have to read each part, because each part's going to have its own unique perks, which can make driving a little bit better depending on which mods those parts might give you. Now, in order to tune a vehicle, just simply open up the menu and click on any vehicle you want. From there, you'll be able to customize the vehicle, and each time that you customize it, you'll be able to go into each category of parts and actually upgrade the parts individually. Now you can go ahead and upgrade parts like the brakes, the exhaust, and the tires, things like that. And you'll notice that each part has its own unique ranking. Some will be like uncommon, like green, blue, purple. And if you get really lucky, you'll even get some of the yellow ones. Now, as you collect more and more parts throughout exploring and doing certain events, eventually your inventory can become full. So you may have to open up your mailbox and clear that out. You can do that by going into your driver in the settings and going over to the mailbox. This will allow you to clear out any extra parts that may have stacked up in there. So you can actually go ahead and scrap these parts down, and you'll get a little bit of currency for doing that. Now, what you want to be on the lookout for though are those higher level parts. You don't really want to keep the blue and green ones, but instead you want to try to go for the purple and yellow ones. These parts will make the best differences, and they're going to give you the most effects when you go and put those parts on. Now, very quickly guys, let's go ahead and talk about how you can get the best parts in the game. Now, as you complete any activity in the game, you can just complete a simple race, you can create multiplayer activities, or you can even just do the speed traps and things like that while driving around. You're going to get parts each and every time you complete just about any activity. But what you really want to be on the lookout for are these different treasure boxes that are located around the map. The best way to find these treasure boxes is by simply going into your activities and going into the Explore part of the main stage. Now, the main stage event, if you go into the Explore, it's actually the green icon. And once you go onto the Explore, what it's going to do is it's actually going to direct you around the map to different speed traps and different places where you can actually earn a lot of XP. But the thing is as you're going between these different events, you'll also be able to explore around, and just by driving the roads that it tells you to drive, you will stumble upon these treasure boxes quite often. When I was running the Explore series, I was doing the speed traps and those activities it directs you to, and about every 3 or 4 activities, you would find a treasure box. Now, these treasure boxes, you can find one every 15 or 20 minutes or so, and it's going to get you a really good part every single time that you open one of them. So when driving around, what you want to look out for is this big yellow ping that will pop up on the map as you're driving around. Now, as soon as this yellow ping goes on, you want to start trying to actually get closer and closer. The closer you get, the louder the ping will get, and until you get right on top of it. Now, eventually you will stumble across a treasure box. Every time this ping pops up, it will direct you to one of these treasure boxes. Once you get close enough, you can go ahead and open it up. And what it's going to do is it's actually going to give you an extremely good part every time you open it. You can still get parts from other activities like I was mentioning earlier, like multiplayer or just simply running the races, but the parts in the treasure boxes are going to be way better every single time that you open them, so you'll have an almost guaranteed chance at getting something better than you already have. As you can see there, I was able to get some legendary parts right there, like the legendary brakes, things like that. Now, as you start to get these legendary parts, you'll start to notice that the parts make an extremely big difference. But if you don't get the legendary ones and you just have some of those lower grade ones, although the performance will be better, it won't be anywhere near as good as the legendary ones. So your best bet is to try to go around to as many of these treasure boxes as you can, until eventually you can put legendary parts in each and every one of your slots for your car, because that's what's really going to take your car to that maximum level. So for now, all you guys have to do is simply run this explore category. What it's going to do, like I said, is it's just going to bring you over to these small little events. Now, as you complete these small events, like the one I'm doing here, where you just simply have to bob and weave through some cones, you're going to get in a lot of XP for this as well. So it's a great way to level up and earn cash along the way. Now, keep in mind, guys, there's also certain vehicles every single week. There's going to be a special vehicle that gives you an XP boost. So make sure you're using any vehicles that you have when doing this activity so that you can get those XP boosts along the way as well, not only for completing the activities, but for opening the treasure chest as well. Opening the treasure chest will grant you a massive amount of XP on top of the parts as well, so it's actually a pretty good way to level up when just simply driving around. Now, if you want to cover more distance quicker, you can actually go ahead and hop in one of the planes, just simply fly around in one of the planes. And what it will do is you can just simply drive around until your radar goes off. This will allow you guys to find treasure chests a lot faster. Now, I was thinking about making a video as to where you can find like 20 or maybe 30 treasure boxes, but I need to find a couple more in order to make that giant video so that you guys can just go around and I can make a route for you guys and just simply get all the treasure boxes in 5 or 10 minutes or so. So if that's something you guys are interested in, just let me know in the comments down below and I'll definitely make a video showing you guys where you can get a ton of treasures very quickly. So here's a quick look at some of the loot I got from some of the other treasure chests just to show you guys how good it can get. Also keep in mind guys, as you level up, you're going to get something called legendary points. You can apply legendary points by going into the menu and just simply clicking on your driver. Now there's going to be a lot of different categories where you can spend these legend points and it's going to increase things like your XP gain or just how good your car handles. But if you look, there's actually a certain category called luck and loot. So if you go ahead and put some of your legend points into your luck category, it will actually increase the chance of getting legendary loot. So I suggest putting a couple of those stat points into that loot category so that when you open up these chests, you're actually going to have a chance of getting better drops. Also, it will increase your drop chance in just simply completing activities as well. So anytime that you get loot, if you have some of those skill points or those legend points in that category, it will actually make your loot better. So those are all the things that you can do in order to get better parts in the game and actually have the best modifications on your car at all times. Hopefully this video has helped you guys out, and if you need help with anything else in the game, be sure to let me know in the comments. Other than that, hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.